So originally this video really was going to be my favorite games of the year 2022, but then I looked back at the year and I realized that I didn't play that many good games that came out this year, and of the ones that I really played, I can only recommend one game out of this entire year that I've played that has came out this year. Obviously, I've played a ton of games this year, but nearly every single one of them did not come out this year, and the ones that did come out this year, I don't really feel that comfortable recommending except for one of them. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. Hello everybody, what is going on? Jimmy here, back with another video. Hope that you're all doing well. I'm really happy to be posting on YouTube again. This is probably going to be one of my last videos of the year, if not my last video of the year. So I'll be seeing you all next year. Now, if you have been subscribed to the channel, I feel like I say this in every video, but it's just the truth. If you've been subscribed for a while, you know what I'm talking about, what this game even is without even clicking on this video. It's another excuse for me to talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, aka my game of the year. And pretty much the only good game I played that came out in 2022 whatsoever. I was really hoping to add the new Pokemon game to this list, but the thing is I still have not played it because I am still waiting for a patch. So I refuse to play games that are broken, kind of a personal thing. I don't feel like it's my problem to deal with games that were poorly developed. I'll let them A, either get fixed, or B, just never play them, because I truly do feel like it is a shame when it comes out broken, and I don't really want to deal with it. So instead, I'm going to be talking about my favorite game of the year, which is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And the only other game that I played that actually released in 2022, after I'm looking at my list here, I played one other game that came out this year, and that game was Pokemon Legends Arceus. And although I did enjoy Legends Arceus a little bit, I definitely do not think it was that high quality of a game per se. It had a lot of different problems, and I truly do feel like it was kind of a mid-tier Pokemon game. It would probably be closer to the middle of the list if I ranked all the games. It's kind of debatable on if it's even considered a mainline Pokemon entry, because it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. It's like part of the Pokemon Legends series, not necessarily the Pokemon series, if that makes sense. So it's kind of in a weird spot as is. And number two, I feel like it's a pretty decent game with a lot of different problems. So it's like in the middle for me, but I don't feel like it's good enough to be in like a top 5 or even like a top 10 game of the year. But it's the only other game I played this year that came out. I would like to take this opportunity to talk about another game that did not come out this year, but I did play this year. And I know this is kind of cheating, but I got to mention it. The Red Strings Club is absolutely a phenomenal indie. If you enjoyed games like Valhalla, actually I just made a video on Valhalla a couple days ago. If you enjoyed Valhalla and you did indeed play it, I think that you will very much so enjoy this game as well. This game is kind of similar in its approach, but also is very different at the same time. There is some bartending involved, there's some sci-fi going on there, but it is very much so not the same thing, and it's very short. I did review it as well. There'll be a link in the description and a card popping up on the screen for that review, because I do think you should check it out if you are interested. But the only game that I actually played this year that I liked, like I said, was Xenoblade Chronicles 3. The gameplay was phenomenal. The graphics were really good on Switch. It ran so much better than the previous Xenoblade game on Switch. Previous, as in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It ran about, I don't remember, the definitive version of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 didn't really have any performance issues besides the resolution dropping and stuff like that, so I can't count that. But the last mainline Xenoblade game, which was Xenoblade Chronicles 2, that was just like a remaster / remake, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 definitive. So talking about the last actual Xenoblade game, which was Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it runs significantly better. Like Nintendo Prime said, it feels like it's running on a different console, which is the biggest, praise I feel like a game can be given that was released on the same console. It was one of the only reasons why I turned on my Nintendo Switch this year, and remains one of my favorite Nintendo Switch games of all time. I need to make an updated video of my favorite Nintendo Switch exclusives, because a lot of great games have released since I've talked about stuff like that. So that will be coming at some point next year. Basically, I think that if you are an RPG fan, a JRPG fan, or just a fan of great games in general, playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is kind of a must. I tried out other games this year that came out. I was not a huge fan of most of the heavy hitters that came out this year. Just they were not for me. And I really do feel like this year was a great year to kind of catch up on your backlog, because that's pretty much exactly what I did for most of the year. I played Yakuza Like a Dragon for the first time this year. It was a fantastic game. One of the best games I've played this year as well. So yeah, I played a lot of different games this year, but the thing is that all of them were old except for Legends Arceus and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and I don't really feel comfortable recommending Legends Arceus as like a really good game. So I will just comfortably recommend Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Please go play the game. If you didn't play 1 and 2, I'd kind of recommend doing that. It does kind of tie everything together in a really cool way. Not spoiling how, but it does tie everything together. It's really cool, and I would recommend playing the first 2 first. They're both on Switch. Get them both. Get Torn of the Golden Country. And I think you will be in an amazing position for hours of great fun on your Nintendo Switch. Some of the best games available on Switch and exclusives, which always feels good because you cannot get them anywhere else, so it's really cool to have them. Anyways, guys, these were my favorite games of the year. I know I do this video around every year or so. I think I skipped a couple years, but I'm trying. And the thing is that this year, I know this one kind of sucked, but hopefully next year we'll have more games that actually came out this year that were good, and we can do like a proper top 5 list of like really great games. You know, as much as I love to just keep telling people to buy Xenoblade Chronicles 3, there is a part of me that wishes there was at least like 5 games that I could have talked about this year, let alone like 10 that I could have made like a top 10 list, you know, that came out this year. But anyways, tell me what your video games that you played that came out in 2022 were that were really good. Did I miss any really great ones? I'm sure that I did miss a few. I'll probably find out about in a couple years from now or something, who knows. But anyways, guys, those were the ones that I'd played this year, just those 2. So sorry for this really bad list. I apologize. I know you guys probably expected a good video talking about a bunch of games, but I do not have that. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll be seeing you all in my next video. Jimmy out of here.